everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren, and on my channel we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel, and we'll get started with the video. So in today's video, I'm going to be presenting you a very special unboxing, probably the most special unboxing out of my entire channel history. I am so excited. It is going to be an Audemars Piguet unboxing. So if you're curious to see which watch I got, then please keep on watching. Alright, so let's start with the best part, which is obviously the unboxing, and then I'll talk about how and why I got this particular watch. So first we start off with a really big box in this beautiful dark green color. I would actually love to find a bag in this color. I think this would be the perfect bag to add to my handbag collection. It is really beautiful. So if we remove the lid, hopefully the lid comes off, yes. If we remove the lid, we actually find another box within that first box, which looks like this. So I'm gonna put the first box on my lap, hopefully it doesn't fall down. And then we have this other box, which looks like that, which is slightly less big and obviously slightly less heavy. And if we press this little magic button, then we are going to reveal my new baby. So my new baby is an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. It's in 34 millimeters. It features a gray dial and then the Grande Tapisserie pattern, and I absolutely love this watch. It is in stainless steel. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about how and why I got this particular watch, and obviously I will include close-ups and mod shots because it is just incredibly beautiful. You have to check it out for yourself. So I actually got this watch for my 30th birthday, my upcoming 30th birthday, and I already have my from me to me present. So the way that I did this was, so I went to New York. I started in February and my birthday is in October, so with the intention of having this watch for my birthday. So I wasn't very hopeful because obviously I didn't have any purchase history. So I have two Rolexes and so I didn't have any Audemars Piguet watch. So I wasn't super duper hopeful. So I went to the AP house in New York. I made an appointment sometime in February. And you know, when I got there, I was so scared. I think that I had like butterflies in my stomach. I remember wanting to like literally throw up right before I went to Shake Shack to go to the bathroom, and I was like, I like didn't feel well. So it's my turn. It's like noon. The appointment was at noon. We get there and there's like all these people that have these amazing Audemars Piguet watches, Patek watches, and I'm like, oh my god, this is not gonna work. It's like the place where people judge you the most. I kid you not. I felt so judged for my handbag, for what I looked like, for the clothes that I had, for the guy that I was with. I was like, oh my god, this is like the worst nightmare of my life. I felt so like, I don't know, yeah, judged, and I always have this kind of inferiority complex. So for me, it just wasn't a great time. But things turned around quickly because I met my SA, you know, the guy that was assigned to me, the AD. And what was absolutely amazing, I really lucked out, was that he also was a francophone. He was from Senegal, and he was very, very nice to me, which I wasn't expecting. He was very much willing to help. So first, when you get to the AP house in New York, it's kind of like a museum. And there's like a couple of rooms where they feature these incredible timepieces that are, you know, of historical value. So he walks us through that room and kind of explains, you know, what each watch is about and all that. And you know, I can feel like my heart beating as we're approaching the actual like living room part of the AP house, because I know that's where, you know, business gets done. And it's basically such a beautiful room. It has like a bar, it has many different couches, it even has like a patio area outside where you can go like, you know, lounge around in the summertime. Obviously in February, I didn't really get to lounge around outside in New York, but it's fine. So he sits me down and asks, okay, so why are you here? What, you know, can I do for you? Which watch are you after? So I of course had in mind to have a royal oak, that's for sure, but I first had in mind to actually get it in 37 millimeters. So if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you know that I am super tall. I'm 5'11" or 180 centimeters. So I feel like big watches tend to look best on me, tend to look better on me than smaller watches. So far, before getting this watch, I had, like I said, 2 Rolexes. I had one in 34 millimeters and then another one in 36 millimeters. So I felt like the 36 millimeters from Rolex was perfect. So I thought that having like a millimeter above that would be even better. So he, you know, tells me, okay, we have a 37 millimeter one with diamonds. So why don't you try it out to see if you like the size? And, you know, I don't really care for the diamonds, and anyway, it's definitely not within my price range. So I tried on and it looks extremely large, extremely large. I kid you not, this 1 millimeter difference felt like a 5 millimeter difference, and I feel like it's because of the look of the dial from Rolex is very different than it is from Audemars Piguet. So it was really, really not the same thing. So obviously the watch is way too large for me. So I, you know, apologized to him and I asked him, okay, so I'm so sorry, you know, I thought 37 millimeters would be perfect, but I actually find it a little bit too large. And, you know, I was still a little concerned of like upsetting him, but he was like, oh yeah, of course, I totally get it. I feel the same. I feel like it looks a little bit big for you. So why don't we try a 34 millimeter? So I was initially a little bit, you know, skeptical because I do have a 34 millimeter in Rolex and I do love it. It's my everyday watch. It's perfect for every day, especially for Rolex, but I wanted to have something a little bit larger than that. So I was still a little skeptical. And so he actually brings me this very same watch and I try it on. And I kid you not, I instantly fell in love. Like I looked at my wrist and there were like heart emojis in my eyes. I absolutely loved it from the first second that I saw it and that I tried it on. So what's really interesting is that I also had in mind to get a royal oak, but with the blue dial, which is, you know, their iconic color of dial. And I, you know, had that in mind and I had like calculated to get that and I thought it was gonna look great. And the watch that I tried on with the diamonds, the 37 millimeter one, was of that dial color. And I didn't love it. I mean, I didn't hate it, of course not, but I also didn't love it. And the problem with me of getting that, you know, color of dial is that I don't have anything blue in my wardrobe whatsoever. I only have basically black clothes and then I have very few other colors. I have a little bit of white, maybe a little bit of red, maybe a little bit of like beige, but that's about it. Most of everything that I own is black. So black and blue, in my mind at least, don't pair very well. So I was a little bit concerned of getting a blue dial watch for that reason. But I mean, you know, when I saw this one, I just like instantly fell in love with it and made the decision to get it. So obviously the watch that I tried on in the store is, you know, their like showroom watch and it's not available for sale. So I very cautiously asked the price of it. And so the watch currently retails for $26,100 plus tax, which I know seems like an insane amount of money. It took me years, plural, to actually save up for this watch. Years, yes. So it's not like, okay, I decided to get an Audemars Piguet watch for my birthday and then that's it. I really saved up for an extremely long time to have this watch, and I am incredibly satisfied. So after having asked for the price, you know, I told him that I was set on getting this watch, and when, you know, can I hope to get one? I formulated this in a very, you know, diplomatic way in French. When can I hope to get one? And so basically the guy gave me not an answer. So he said, well, it can be anywhere from, let's say, next week to a year from now. So I was like, okay, next week, you know, coming back to New York in a week is it's a little short term. But a year, then, you know, we're over like the mark of my birthday. So, you know, I told him it's for my birthday. I would love to get it as soon as possible without being too pushy, of course. And so we parted ways. I wasn't super hopeful. I was a little bit reassured from the fact that he spoke French, but I wasn't 100%, you know, dead set on getting my watch for my birthday. I was still kind of like, maybe it's not gonna work out the way that I want. And so actually a couple of months later, so at the end of April, I received the call from him to let me know that my watch was available, and that he had received it, and that I could come pick it up in New York. So unfortunately that weekend I was extremely busy and I could not at all go to New York to go pick up the watch. So instead what they did was that they shipped it to my house, which was more convenient for me, of course. The less convenient part is that obviously I had to be there to sign for the watch, but I, you know, made arrangements and that worked out in the end. So I only waited about 3 months, a little bit less actually than 3 months, for this watch, which I was very surprised, with no purchase history, without any, you know, signs of massive wealth. I think, you know, I went there with my diamond Rolex and then Chanel bag, I think, a Chanel flat bag, but I didn't have all these signs of exterior wealth like other people in the store had. So I, at first, might have thought that I wasn't gonna get it, but 3 months is an extremely short period of time to get this watch, so I am over the moon to have it. It is such an accomplishment at 30 years old, especially coming from my background. I never thought that I would be able to afford such a watch, and that I would, you know, be able to even save up and dream of having this watch. So I am over the moon happy. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I always love doing these unboxings with you, and I hope that you were able to share my happiness. I am pretty sure that you were able to see how excited and how happy I am to have this particular watch in my watch collection. By the way, I will soon be doing a watch collection video. This has been a video that has been requested on my channel, so stay tuned for that. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.